today I wanted to talk about thesis and dissertations. But before I go into that, I would like to explain what those two terms mean. A thesis is a research project that you do for your master's degree. A dissertation, on the other hand, is something you do for your doctoral degree. For example, a PhD, a Doctor of Education, or a Doctor of Public Health. If you're writing a thesis or a dissertation, I have two pieces of advice for you. First and most important, stay in your lane. Now, I'm all for the rigor of science and aiming for the star, but you have to remember that the best thesis or the best dissertation is one that is actually finished and submitted. The goal here is to graduate. The goal is not to cure HIV or bring about world peace or end world hunger. So we have to get our priorities right here. So finish your work, graduate, and then can do great things. So having that reality check, having that pragmatic and modest view of what your dissertation or your thesis is supposed to achieve, it's a very, very important strategy to be able to graduate and move on with your life. The second tip is that you should walk into work smarter, not harder. Now, what does this mean in practical terms? Unless your program specifically requires you to collect primary data by yourself, you should definitely explore the possibility of using secondary data sets, which are freely available, publicly available. That saves you time, it saves you money, and the quality of data you achieve with publicly available data sets is far superior to what you could ever do on your own. In terms of the number of respondents, these large publicly available data sets sometimes have tens of thousands of people. There's no way you could collect data near that volume. They also have very validated measures. They've been running for a very long time. They are trusted data sets. You're very likely to get your work published in scientific journals when you use them. So part of working smarter is to explore the possibility of using this data set. Now you might say, well, the topic I'm interested in is not captured in those data sets. Well, true. But remember, the philosophy here is when the desirable is not available, the available must be desirable. One of the hallmarks of a researcher is the ability to be creative, to pivot fast. And so if your desired topic is not captured there, then you can sit down and look at what's available in those data sets and then frame a research question that is novel and that is, doable within the constraints of what you have available. And there are lots of these data sets available. Things like the demographic and health surveys, the Global Adult Tobacco Survey, the Global Youth Tobacco Survey, the Global School Personnel Survey, and the Global Health Professions, the Student Surveys. These are surveys that are present in almost every country of the world. So definitely explore the possibility of using these data sets where you can, if your program allows you to explore secondary data sets as opposed to collecting data by yourself. Now, if you must collect data by yourself, then you should use a survey platform that sets you up for success. And here, I must really emphasize the advantages you have with Chisquares when you use Chisquares to collect your data. There are many advantages, but I'll mention just three for the sake of this video. Number one, Chisquares can allow you to collect your data set, your data for free. If your dissertation or your thesis is just a one-time thing, then there's absolutely no need for you to pay money to collect data on any given platform. On Chisquares, with the free plan, there is no cap on the number of questions you can ask in your survey. Your questionnaire can be as short or as long as you need it to be. There is no cap on the number of people who can partake in your survey. So you can have as many respondents as you need your survey to have. And thirdly, you do not have to pay money to download the data set or to export your data set for analysis. You get 100% of your data for free on Chisquares. So the fact that you can collect your data for free is a very, very major attraction with using Chisquares to collect your data for your thesis or your dissertation. The second reason why you should consider using Chisquares is because you should spend most of the time actually writing your thesis or your dissertation, spending vast amounts of the time with data cleaning. And Chisquares really helps you in this regard. On most platforms, you collect your data, then you spend vast amounts of time cleaning data, could be weeks or months, before you even proceed to analysis. But the way Chisquares is set up is such that it eliminates most of the process of data cleaning. So the way the database is set up to collect your information, your records, is such that the data is self-cleaning. You achieve self-cleaning data, and so you collect your data, you just need minimal data cleaning before you proceed to analysis. And that saves you a ton of time for you to do the actual writing as opposed to cleaning your data. The third reason why you should consider using Chisquares is because Chisquares allows you to get a very detailed methodology report that captures how the survey was conducted and all the parameters of when and where and how. That is very important because these are the very same details that you will need in your thesis or your dissertation in the methodology section. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. You can simply reuse the information that is captured in the methodology report for your thesis or your dissertation. So these are some of the few ways that Chisquares really helps you with your thesis and your dissertation. So give it a try. Go to www.chisquares.com to see how you can deploy Chisquares in your survey.